Hello, my name is Eric Roeder. I work in business development for Codilation. We're a team of website developers, software engineers, and just overall super nerds. We develop apps and websites in the obvious technology hub that is Fargo, North Dakota. That summary of my life sounds dreadful to most of the world, but I absolutely love my community and I love my job. Every week I meet incredible people who are absolutely inspiring. They have new business ideas or are spearheading giant projects to make our community better, or just are smarter than me and have great professional knowledge to share. I thought it would be relatively selfish to keep all of this information to myself, so I decided to start a little talk show. Welcome to my office. My guest this week is James Hand. We met through the Chamber's Young Professionals Network. We went to a few of their events together and I just really liked the guy. In fact, the committee I'm on for the YPN votes quarterly for an award on the organization's up-and-coming new member. Confession, I was one of the votes for James when he won, and I stand by that vote today. Fast forward a bit, James and I both are in business development roles for different companies. Our job is to basically build relationships with other local companies, and we're still friends. In fact, the night that he got his new role, we were out and we cheersed, and we thought we worked in the same physical building together, so we coined the term building buddies for ourselves. That phrase is the topic of this week's episode. Thank you, James, for being here. I truly appreciate my friends that are here bearing with me through the beginning technical difficulties and the sound better flipping work on this. I will absolutely lose my mind.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Amongst other things that could potentially go wrong as we're on, I don't know, take 3. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
You bet. So my name's James Hand. I work for construction engineers here in Fargo. They're a construction management firm. So basically we build different commercial buildings. Lived in the metro for about 10 years. My wife and 3 kids, we live in Moorhead, Minnesota, and I like spending my free time with them and finding new things to do, which there's never a shortage of in this area.
Not in this area.
Yeah.
What's interesting is your company versus my company. We're still pretty good friends, but you build actual buildings and we build websites, which are kind of like pretend buildings. and when you were hired, we were really excited, and we were out having a couple drinks and we choosed, and we thought we worked in the same actual building. Mm-hmm. And we made a term building buddy. That wasn't exactly true the first time we walked over to my office. And
in the rain.
Little business chart subjecting or talking about when you walked here in the rain that one time. And so it kind of goes over the truthfulness of the word building buddy as a noun versus building buddy as a verb. I'm very happy with the truthfulness of the verb, though. And I respect your thoughts. I respect your ideas. We meet pretty regularly to kind of just like kick ideas at each other. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about the benefit of knowing someone who's in a similar role to you, even though we're in different industries?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously what you mentioned, just kicking around ideas, that's a great part of it. Obviously, we've both been in a similar role or a marketing type role for a while. So we've been there, we've done things, we've seen things that worked, maybe that didn't work. But on top of that, the more we get together and learn about each other's business and learn to respect each other and what we do even more, the more of an advocate we can be for each other. And I think people in business development, marketing, PR, I think we get that more than maybe a lot of other professions, where we understand what our goals and basically what we're trying to accomplish, right? So, like I said, the more we learn about each other, the more when we're out talking with our other connections and friends and people we know, there's more opportunity to advocate for each other and say, if I know someone who is in marketing, who owns a business, whatever the case may be, maybe I noticed that their website could use a little bit of a refresh and maybe they're complaining that, hey, man, I get sick and tired of having to go through all these hoops to update our website or whatever. When I hear that, I automatically think of Eric and Codilation and what you guys do.
On the flip side of that, when I see someone who doesn't have an actual building and they're trying to like use, send emails from just like outside in the park. And I'm like, you guys, you could probably use a building. Like, I really try to kick them the thought of maybe working with you a little bit.
Right.
And so, is there anything that my audience can do in helping you in your building role?
Yeah, you bet. So, I mean, if you know someone who is thinking about expanding or remodeling or building a new, commercial building, or if they're in a role where they are making a decision or have influence on that decision, I'd certainly love the opportunity to connect with them. So, if you can shoot me an email or give me a call and say, hey, I've got this friend who, is in this situation, I'm happy to help and be a resource for that person. And if it works out that, our interests align and they want to build something that we can handle, that's great. If all that happens is you get to meet someone new and make a new connection, that's great too. So either way, it works out really well. And then on a personal level, so I like to almost metaphorically help build our community as well. So not just bricks and mortar, but I love being a part of what Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area really is. So if there's a way that I can help make an impact in another way, so if there's a board or committee or whatever that needs support that maybe I can help out, always looking for those type of opportunities as well.
All right, so there you have it. James literally and metaphorically wants to build Fargo and make it a better community, and I know you long enough that that's not out of the question. And so, if you need a building, talk to James. If you're looking for a website, you should have a copy with me. Because positive change in anything, it really starts with a conversation. So, thank you so much for chatting, James.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, it's always good when we sit down and talk a little bit. And,
absolutely.
I hope the sound is working when we go look at this a little bit at the end. Everybody have a safe and happy New Year's and be kind to one each other.
Nice.
Yeah.